Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are crushing it. I hope you guys are having an absolutely phenomenal day. In today's video, I thought I would give you guys my ownership experience of the AMG GTS. I've owned the car for about 2 years now, and I thought I would do an honest review and give you the things I like and give you the things I don't like about the car, just so that you guys get an idea what it is like to own an AMG GTS. Now, before I get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I've owned the car for about 2 years now, and we do have a little bit of an issue just starting out. I'm going to show you guys what that is really quickly. Just don't tell anybody about it. The car is just a tiny little bit illegal. I haven't been able to renew it, and of course that is completely due to the pandemic and things being shut down. Things are starting to reopen up, which means I will have the opportunity to renew the vehicle. But from what I understand, local laws are supportive and understanding on the situation. So with that, I am going to continue the review. I bought this car back in 2017. It was used. It was a lease back. Of course, I hate depreciation like the plague, which is why I thought buying a lease back would be the best option for me. And I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it was heavily discounted when I bought it, and it had 9,000 miles on it when I bought it. Currently, the car is at about 35,000 miles, and the reason is because I'm in real estate. I drive a lot, I tour a lot of properties, I show a lot of investors, a lot of different deals, which means I'm always out and about. And after putting that many miles on this car, I think I'm the right person to give you guys an honest review as to what exactly owning this car is like. Now, before I bought this car, I actually owned a Porsche 911, and I was a huge Porsche fan. And I test drove this car, fell in love with it, thought that it was time. I made a change. I had owned Porsches for a very long time. I think I want to say I had owned Porsches for a total of like 5 or 6 years prior to getting into the AMG GT. And I just thought the car looked very cool. Now, how practical it is as compared to a 911, I'm going to show you that. But I lost a little bit of practicality switching from the 911 to the AMG GTS, but I do not regret that at all. Now, one of the first things that attracted me to the car was, of course, the color. I love the color combination. I love that blue with the black wheels and the red calipers. I think it just gives it that perfect color depth that I'm always looking for when buying a vehicle. The other thing that I really liked about the car before I bought it was this rear end. I mean, this rear end is just so wide. It's so beautiful. It gives it that really narrow front and wide back, almost like a 911 4S, but it was even wider, which I thought was phenomenal, and I really fell in love with that instantaneously. And with that, let me take you guys inside. This is what the AMG GTS looks like from inside. I think everything is placed beautifully on the car. So you have your racing style AMG seats, which I absolutely love. And then you have this beautiful aluminum brushed center console with the infamous 8 buttons. And of course, the most important button out of all of these is this one, right? The one that puts it in Sport Plus mode. And that's the mode that I think everybody should drive on all the time. If you own this car, you should be driving on Sport Plus mode anytime. So like I said, you do lose a little bit of practicality because this is a 2-seater. And so you need to realize that if you're driving this car, you know, expect it to be just you and one other person and not other people sitting back in the back seat. So now this is one of the things that I had to give up with the 911, but I was okay with it because this car is only a 2-seater. There's a driver's seat and a passenger seat. And honestly, in the 911, what I came to realize is unless you have really small children, those 2 back seats are kind of useless. So I was completely okay giving up the 2 back seats, as I rendered that trunk space is really more important for me than the back seat. Now, something else that I really love in the AMG GTS was the Alcantara steering wheel. This was the first car that I ever owned that had an Alcantara steering wheel, and I thought that was amazing. This is the new steering wheel by Mercedes. They do have a newer version of this in the newer AMG GTSs, but this at that time was the newest and most up-to-date, I guess, steering wheel, and I thought that the brushed aluminum on it looked phenomenal. Look at this. Look at this AMG logo right here. How amazing and beautiful is this AMG logo? It's just stamped right there on the steel. And I really just fell in love with the car right there and then. Now, one of the other important deciding factors for me to buy this car was the engine and the exhaust. Just listen to this. Just amazing. The machine sounds beautiful. Hold on, let me wear my seatbelt. Oh, it actually stopped. Okay, so the The exhaust in this car just sounds so amazing, and when you are in Sport Plus mode, you do get those pops and crackles that everybody loves to hear. They put a smile on my face. So every time I downshift, the exhaust makes just this beautiful sound that puts a smile to my face every single time. It never gets old. Some of the other features that I really love on these vehicles were, of course, the AMG base plates, both driver and passenger. I think these are vital on any AMG, and in true Mercedes fashion, I think they did a beautiful job with the AMG base plates on both sides. Now I'm gonna walk to the passenger side to show you what that looks like as well. So this is the passenger side on the AMG GTS, and as you can see, in true Mercedes fashion, you have the race seats. Everything is covered in high quality leather, which I really love, and that display screen is actually fairly large. I was truly surprised at the size of that display console in the middle. It's very large. It's larger than ones that I'm used to, and I think they did a great job. The glove compartment, as you can see, high-end leather stitching there, and it's just easy, you know, clicks open, clicks shut. I love the latch that we have. Actually, I love all the latches and all the accessories on the vehicle. They make it feel really heavy duty. Now that we're done reviewing the vehicle's interior and exterior, I just wanted to give you guys a feel on what it is like to drive. The car is actually very stiff and drives very rough on Houston roads. Our city roads are not the best, not the worst, but the car does drive fairly stiff. So it is built with a track use in mind. Now the car can be daily driven, and I treat it as such. I've been daily driving this car for 2 years now, and I've put over 25,000 miles on it. And as far as problems or known issues, there are none. The car is fairly reliable. All I've had to do in the past 2 years of ownership is probably just change the tires. I think I replaced a set of brake pads, maybe front or rear. I can't really remember at this point, but I think that was about it. So my all-in expense in the car is a new set of tires, a new set of brake pads, maintenance, which I had purchased from the dealer at time of purchasing the car. So I had purchased a maintenance package, which I highly recommend you do if you're buying this car from a Mercedes dealer. It ends up saving you a ton of money in the long run, because I just don't know what maintenance for these cars costs. Now I will tell you this, the 4-liter twin turbo that this car has in it has a lot of potential, has a lot of aftermarket support, and can be taken to up to 850 horsepower with stock internals. And what that means is that this car is massively underpowered from the factory, and I'm assuming they had reliability in mind, and that's the reason that they did it. By no means a slow car at all. It is extremely fast, but I think they downed the horsepower just to add that reliability component, which I think is amazing. The fact that I've had 2 years of clean ownership with no known issues on the vehicle is just phenomenal. The transmission on the AMG GTS is a twin clutch transmission, which means it likes to be ridden hard. It doesn't like to be stuck in traffic. Just like any other twin clutch, they are made to be driven hard, and they like hard shifting. And I guess that's a good thing for me, because I really drive this car hard a lot of the times. Oh, before I forget, if you guys are enjoying the content, please smash the like button, click the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you guys get notified next time I put some awesome content out there. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that this car does have suspension settings, so you can actually set the suspension to where you like it. But in my opinion, the 3 settings are stiff, stiffer, and stiffest. Even at its softest setting, the car is extremely stiff and likes to drive that way. Also, technically, this is a mid-engine car. The engine is sitting quite far back, which makes the weight distribution phenomenal, and it handles corners like a champ. And so that is my 2-year review of ownership of the AMG GTS. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next video.